Good morning, my dear students. In the last class, we discussed about types of companies. In this class also, let us discuss about remaining types of company. So, the next type of company is dormant company. Dormant means a slowdown for a period of time. So it is known as dormant. So what do you mean by dormant company? So dormant company is called as an inactive company. So this is the one type of company. This is also a type of company, but this type of company will inactive for a period of time in initial days. At the time of starting of this type of company, they were not conducted any type of business activity in dormant company, either whether it is a production oriented company or a service oriented company or any other type of company. So if in case it is a dormant company, this type of company will start as a production oriented company. This type of company will not start the production activity for some time. So this types of company is called as dormant company. So dormant company ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ತಾವು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭದ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಅದು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಡೋರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ. This type of company remains inactive for a few years during the earlier period of its establishment. So it means these types of companies will not conduct any business activities in its business in a earlier period at the time of starting. So dormant company means they are inactive company. They will not conduct any business activity at the established time. It could be continue for the 2 years or 3 years. So at the time of from the establishment time to till 2 years or 3 years, these types of companies will not conduct any business activity. Whether this dormant company is a production oriented company or a service oriented company, but this dormant company will not start the business activity until for a some period of time. ಸೊ ಡೋರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳು ಶುರುವಾದ 2 ವರ್ಷ ಅಥವಾ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಶುರುವಾದ ದಿನದಿಂದ 2ರಿಂದ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ are called as dormant company. Then next, features of dormant company. Under that first one, it does not undertake any business during beginning days. So name itself, dormant company means inactive company. So already I told that, so dormant company, they were not take any business activity during the period of establishment. So the first features of dormant company is they were not undertake any business activity during the beginning days. So it means at the stage of starting days, at the stage of initial days, this dormant company will not conduct any business activity. The business activity means either whether it's a production oriented or a service oriented or providing any type, or starting up of any type of business. They were not start the business activity in the dormant company. For a certain time of period, either for a 2 years or a 3 years, this type of dormant company will inactive. They will not conduct any business activity until 2 years or completion of 3 years or completion of more than 3 years. They will not start the business activity during the initial time. ಸೊ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು. ಸೊ ಡೋರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ 3 ಇಯರ್ಸ್, ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 3 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ವರೆಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಅವರು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ periods. Yes, it is absolutely correct, because at the time of establishment of company they were inactive. They were not conduct any business activity at that time. How can they exhibit their accounting practice? Because it is an inactive company. There is no transaction, there is no business activities all conducted in the company. So at the time they were not able to exhibits their accounting practices. So accounting practices means preparing of financial accountings or a cash statement or petty cash statements. So this all comes under accounting practices. This type of practices are not take place in dormant companies because of they are inactive. They were not made any financial transactions. They were not conduct any business activity in their company. So that's why they were not exhibits their accounting practices during the inactive period, only at the time of inactive period. After the active period, after the starting up of business activity, they were adopt the accounting practices. But at the time of inactive period, they were not conduct any financial accounting practices in the ಕಂಪನಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಡೋರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ನ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಇನ್ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆದಾಗ. ರೀಸನ್ ಏನು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಕಂಪನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ ದಾಖಲೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ರೀಸನ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಗಳು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ನ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ದಾಖಲೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ another one features of dormant company. Then next, it does not have filed financial statement. It means the dormant companies will not prepare any financial statements. So financial statements includes P&L account and balance sheet. These types of financial statement is prepared by the company at the time of ending time of assessment year or at the year ending. At the time of ending time of assessment year, every company must and should prepare their financial statement. But in the case of dormant company, they were not prepared any financial statement during the at the end of financial year or the assessment year, because this type of companies are inactive company. There is any business activities are conducted in this dormant company. So that's why there is no financial transactions will take place. So that's why these types of companies will not prepare any financial statement, either P&L account or any profit and loss account or balance sheet. They were not prepared by the dormant company. ಸೊ ಡೋರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳು ಇನ್ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಡೋರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ major features of dormant company. In the exam, they can ask for 5 marks. What do you mean by dormant company and what are the features of dormant company? You have only 3 features and 1 definition. This carry 5 marks. In the exam, they can ask what do you mean by company? What are the types of company for a 10 marks or for a 15 marks? It is an expected question. So what do you mean by company and what are the types of company? They can ask for 10 marks or 15 marks. It is an 100% they will ask the question on this types of company. The next type of company is limited liability partnership company. So what do you mean by limited liability company? In shortly we called it as LLP, limited liability partnership company. So what do you mean by LLP? The LLP is a partnership firm. It is incorporated under partnership firm and registered under the Limited Liability Partnership Act of 2008. So limited liability companies are type of partnership firm. It is incorporated. It means came into existence under partnership firm and it is registered under Limited Liability Act of 2008. Name itself limited liability partnership firm or a company means the liability of a partners were limited for a some extent. There is no proper definition for limited liability partnership firm, so we can explain it as a the limited liability firms. It is established under LLP Act of 2008 with limited liability of a partner and with a perpetual succession. Perpetual means continuous successions, continuous success. So these types of companies were known as LLP, limited liability partnership firm. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ ಎಲ್ ಪಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಥ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗಳ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆ ಲೈಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೀಮಿತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ವರೆಗೂ ಸೀಮಿತ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಪೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಕಾಣುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಎಲ್ ಎಲ್ ಪಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪನಿ ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಅಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಲಾಸ್ನ ತುಂಬೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಎರಡೂ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ದಿ liability will fixed for some extent for the partners of LLP. So this type of companies are known as limited liability partnership firm. The next features of LLP. The first feature is body of corporate. So LLP is a body of corporate with a separate legal entity. So it means the LLP having a separate legal entity. Legal entity means the LLP having this separate act of 2008, because partnership act is changed. That partnership act provisions will not apply for the LLP act. Sorry, LLP companies, limited liabilities companies were having this separate act. The provision of partnership act will not applicable to the limited liability partnership firm. In this type of companies, the duties and rights of a partners were governed according to the LLP agreement. It means the rights and duties of a partners in a limited liabilities companies were governed according to the agreement. It means the rights and duties were distributed among their partnership among the partners with an general agreement. The right and duties are distributed among the partners in this limited liability partnership firm. Then next, limited liability. It is also a features of LLP. So already I told that the liability of a partners in this LLP were fixed. So their assets or their investments were fixed to some extent, or the liability were limited to the extent of agreed contribution in the LLP agreement. So at the time of agreement, the liability of a partners were fixed or agreed by the partners. If example, if 4 members are starting the LLPs, the liability of these 4 members were limited, or the contribution were agreed by themselves at the time of agreement. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಲೈಬಿಲಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಅವರೇ ಸೀಮಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಅಸೆಟ್ನ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಲೈಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ the liability of the every partners were limited, or the contributions of a partners were agreed by themselves. So this is also another features of limited liability company. Then next, numbers of member. So every LLP should have at least 2 partners with at least 2 individuals as a designated partners. So in this LLP, at least they should have 2 members of partners. 2 members should start up the LLP. In these 2 members, at least one must be resident in India. It means he should be, one partner should be the resident of India or a citizen of India should taken as a partner to this LLP. ಸೊ LLPಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮೆಂಬರ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ ಆಗಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 2ಗಿಂತ 2 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾದರೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್. ಪರ್ಪೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಸ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ the success is continued until the death of a company. Death means liquidation of a company or a wind up of a company. So until the wind up of a company, the profit of a LLP should be continued. It having the perpetual succession. So there is no affected of any member or any partner either is exit from the company or any new entry to the company of a, the profit does not change. It means the entry of a new partner or exit of a existing partner does not affect the profit of the LLP. The profit is continuously taken place, the perpetual successions. This is also another one ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪನಿ. ಪರ್ಪೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿರಂತರವಾದಂತಹ ಲಾಭಾಂಶವನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸೋದು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಬರಲಿ, ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರು ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಆದರೂ, ಡೆತ್ ಆದರೂ, ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಲಾಭ ಗಳಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳು ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಪರ್ಪೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ another one feature of LLP. The next feature is annual accounts. So LLP is required to maintain the annual accounts. Yes, though it means the LLP company should maintain the annual accounts or financial statement with true and fair views. They should show the true and fair statement of a company at the time of ending time of financial year. The next feature is non-applicability. So I already told that Indian Partnership Act provisions were not applicable to this LLP Act of 2008. So the Indian Partnership Act of 1932, it is not applicable to the LLP. So because the Partnership Act is different from the LLP Act of 2008. So therefore the provisions of Partnership Act of 1932 provisions were not applicable to the LLP Act of 2008. This LLP Act 2008 having the separate provisions or separate rules and regulation to start up the LLPs. The next feature is flexibility. So LLP Act 2008 offers partner to the freedom. So it means in this LLP Act of 2008, it has a provision of giving freedom to their partners. They can adopting any flexibilities or any changes or any policy framework. They can adopt independently. The partners can adopt independently the working framework to the company. There is no perfect or there is no constant provision of a framework related to the ಕಂಪನಿ. ಸೊ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ LLP Act of 2008 ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನೇ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನೇ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಏನೇ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಏನೇ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಂಪನಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಪನಿ ತನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅನದರ್ ಒನ್ ಮೇನ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಆಫ್ LLP ಇಸ್ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ they can change any provisions and they can adopt any rules and regulations. The next feature is easy to wind up. So yes, absolutely the LLP can easily wind up compared to all other companies, because compared to all other companies, the Companies Act of 2013 will provide more provisions, more steps to wind upping of company. It will take more than 6 months of time to wind up the other types of company. But in the case of limited liability company, they can easily wind up, they can easily fulfill the formalities, because the formalities of LLP is lesser than all other companies. They can wind up within 2 or 3 months. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು LLPಯನ್ನು ವೈಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಫಾರ್ಮಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದನ್ನು 2 ರಿಂದ 3 ತಿಂಗಳುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ವೈಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ LLP. From the exam point of view, these types of companies were more important. So he can ask the question, what do you mean by company and what are the types of companies, for a 10 marks. Or he can ask for a 5 marks, what do you mean by LLP and what are the main features of LLP, for a 5 marks. So that's why you can go through the meaning of company and types of company. And don't worry about the notes, I will provide the full-fledged notes. So you can make your own notes by using this PPT or by using these key points. You can make a notes. Afterwards, after completion of this chapter, I will provide full-fledged notes. So don't worry about the notes, I will provide the notes. So here completes your types of companies. So thank you my dear students.